Hi, this is Rob Heppel from funeralfuturist.com, and I am with Paula Staab-Polk. Paula, welcome.
Thank you.
Now, Paula, if you could just let the viewers know a little bit more about you.
My name is Paula Staab-Polk, and I'm a funeral director and event coordinator from Chatham, Illinois, which is in central Illinois. I've been in funeral service for over 25 years and started my own firm in 1999. In the year 2001, I began a crematory, which is on site at my funeral home. It used to be a bowling alley, and I converted it into a funeral home and crematory. And then in 2003, I bought an adjacent building, which was a grocery store, and made it into Sangamon Prairie Reception Center, where I have after-funeral lunches, after-visitation dinners, brunches, before services. I also have actual visitations, funerals, memorial services over here, as well as weddings, community events, family reunions, retirement parties, things like that for the community.
Yeah, it's amazing. You know, I've talked to a lot of funeral directors, and a lot of them are starting to add the reception part to their service offerings, and you've gone just so far beyond that. You know, and this interview is being conducted right here in the reception center, and you have a full bar, and just the neat things that you can do for the families. Now, you were explaining to me a little bit earlier about some of the vignettes that you create, and if you could just share maybe one or two of those stories.
Sure. I create interactive vignettes, which is very much like a set on a play. And when you get to the play and they have the stage ready for you and you're just looking at the playbill and reading about the play, when you look at the set, it kind of gives you an idea of the time and place that the play is going to take place in, and gives you a little bit of ideas of maybe who some of the characters are going to be as well. So these vignettes highlight a person's life. I usually choose about 3 different areas of a person's life after interviewing family and friends. And then I have props that I use and supplement those props with family heirlooms and personal items from the deceased and from the family. So it can, for a painter, it might be some of his canvases or sculpture. It could be photographs that the person loved photography. It could be camping gear, or a fish trophy, or a fish that's been taxidermied or something like that, so if the person is a fisherman. So we can do different things. And by interactive, I mean that those who come, whether it's family or friends, can participate in some way, not just by viewing it, but also perhaps by learning from it. We do a biography and explanation of the vignette so people can read about the person and about that part of their life. We also have I Remember cards in which people can, excuse me, they can share their memories with the family. Those I Remember cards are then put in the register book or in the memory book. Many times we do a scrapbook instead of a register book.
Now, Paula, elaborate on that, because that's you're telling me about the scrapbooks,
right,
and have actually kind of taken more of the role than the memorial registers that a lot of funeral homes use.
Right. Scrapbooking is very popular now, and so instead of offering just register books to my client families, I also introduce them to the idea of having a memorial scrapbook in which we put one photograph in the center of the page, and then around the perimeter of the photograph people can write their names, their mailing addresses or email addresses, plus a favorite memory of the person, and then the family takes that home. So it's much more available to be put out at the home instead of up in the closet and tucked away, never to be seen again. So it's something it's been very popular. Another thing that's been happening is some of our families have used their scrapbook expertise and put together a scrapbook of the memorial service, memorial gathering, the visitation, or the funeral. They've taken pictures, maybe even hired a photographer to come take family pictures, to take pictures of the vignettes or of the services at the cemetery. Not too long ago, we had an actual Horseback Riders Club who led a procession of horses into the cemetery. We also had the riderless horse being led by the gentleman's granddaughter. And it was just another way that the family could participate and friends could participate in the service. They led the casket coach into the cemetery and then stood at attention during the committal service. We also have an area for children in which we have it delineated by balloons on the back of the chairs.
Okay.
And that way it draws the kids to that area. We usually have a teacher or a staff member who has children, who's a mom, to help the children do an art project. We call our project the STAR Project, Special Time to Always Remember. And they do an actual art project there, and either wear it as a necklace or put a magnet on it, or they can attach it to the balloon. In addition to that, we have a parade of hope and remembrance in which the children get a balloon and often write a message in the balloon. We parade through the facility and outside, and then have a special ceremony to let the balloons go outside the facility if we're not going to the cemetery.
Okay.
And it's another way that children and adults can participate and learn practical ways of adapting to life without that person.
And that's what it's all about, what we do.
You got it exactly.
And this has just been amazing. Paula, thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome.
You're a guru, and you're watching funeralgurus.com. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
That was great.
Okay.